Hi beautiful people, my name is Alora and you have read the title right. I have tried going vegan and sugar-free for a whole month for January 2026. Spoiler alert, I ended up failing one of these challenges, so guess which one it was. This should give you a clue. But let's go back to my first entry of this journey. I think it was January 3rd. Editor me will put the date on the screen. So a little check-in. Today is my third day of being vegan and sugar-free. So far it has been pretty easy. I would like to share with you what my goal is with this challenge in general. I will sit down on a park. Yes, I am in a park. Yes, it is snowing. It's very beautiful. Overall, what I expect from this challenge, I expect it to prove to me, firstly, that being vegan is not hard, so that I will be less intimidated by it, because I have been thinking about going vegan for years now, and I was always too intimidated to start. I did not realize that you could just go partially vegan instead of being fully vegetarian. There's a train. Look at the train. Secondly, from the veganism part, it's just to bring a little more attention to it through my video. I'm not saying you should be vegan. Well, I think it would help, but yeah, I just think it is important to have narratives of veganism that are not so negative. Like, for example, you have that vegan teacher. I don't even know what she's doing right now. I haven't heard of her in years, but she's the main example of those people who push it on other people without realizing that they don't want to hear it. And I get why lots of people don't want to hear it, because vegan people, most of them do it for the animals, for the planet. I do it too, because of them. And I get how just saying, oh, I do it because I don't want to see animals suffer. If you eat meat, I get how you could feel personally attacked, because it implies that you don't care about animal suffering. Maybe don't know the full reality of the meat industry, because that was me. For lots of years I did not know the full reality because nobody talks about it, and or they just don't want to face it, which I also understand, because it is hard to face and it is hard to think about. Or they just don't care about animals. That one exists too. I don't think it's doing us any good to be judgy of other people instead of encouraging them, you know. If my first goal with veganism works and it gets less intimidating for me, I don't plan on going back to vegetarian. I hope I will not have to end this video by me going back to vegetarian. Or what I hope from the no sugar part, kind of tied together with veganism, but not necessarily, I kind of want my skin to get better. Even though you don't see my skin that much. For example, I have a few breakouts here or like here around this area. I think it's mainly from me touching my face, but I still get a lot of like small acne, and it's also, I think it's probably hormonal, but I heard that veganism can also help with that, and sugar also with balancing the levels. So well, I mean no sugar. So I kind of hope for my skin to get better from this challenge. I don't know if it can happen in just 1 month, but to be honest, I am hoping for my energy levels to rise. They have already been rising, but I don't know if it's because of the New Year's and the snow. Another train. You could not see that one. Okay. So I don't know if it's because of the New Year's, because of the snow, because I have had proper rest in like 3 months, for the first time in 3 months. I don't know if it's because of that, or it's just because of my change in food because it has been 2 days. Like, that doesn't do shit. Less brain fog, more energy. I would like gut health, my gut health not to increase but like to stay, you know, because I think my gut health has been pretty much good. You can always make anything better, so I'm just curious about what will happen. I think that's it. I think those are my goals, and also better sleep potentially, but I don't know how any of that can contribute to that. I will keep you updated. It's currently day 3. I have had 1 meal today, and I think I'm pretty bad at documenting my meal. We will make vegan butter chicken. I am very excited for that one. Obviously, when I said that I was vegan, you knew what I didn't eat. But what did I actually eat in this month? Firstly, takeout. I ate a lot of takeout, not because I didn't want to cook, but because I didn't have the time because of university. I am slowly going into exam season and it's stressing me out. So my favorite thing was malatang hot pot. It was so fucking good, and that place is so vegan friendly. I love it. My second favorite place was this Chinese. I think we ordered udon noodles, so it was like, I know that's Japanese, but I'm pretty sure the owners were Chinese. It was late in the night, and we ordered takeout and ate it at a bus station. It was such a vibe. I love it. Also, what I really got obsessed with in these last 2 to 3 weeks was oatmeal, because it has been so fucking cold in here. Like, currently I am in the middle of a park. It's -7 degrees Celsius. Like, put it on the screen how much that is in Fahrenheit. It's fucking crazy. Like, there is this space next to me. It's actually a lake and it's frozen, and you can see all the little tracks of people who have went on it. And yeah, I could also walk on it, but I'm too much of a chicken. Firstly, peanut butter and banana. I don't think I need to explain that further. And then secondly, cocoa oat milk, like chocolate oat milk. I made it with dark cocoa powder, and I also put some peanut butter in it. And then the third one that I ate like 3 times in the 3 weeks was cinnamon, but I made at home. I am actually eating a lot of bread. Like, I am a person who eats bread every morning and night. Well, now with my oatmeals, I did not eat as much bread for breakfast as I would normally. But still, I'm very like uncreative when it comes to dinners and breakfasts. More creative with breakfast though. And I just needed some vegan options to put on bread. My favorite options were things that you can smear on it, and there are actually a lot of like vegan options with like vegan tuna salads, and you can see also avocado toast, of course, and hummus. It's always great. I also ate a lot of bowls, which is just some grains and then a bunch of veggies, all the veggies that you have. Make sure to always put at least one thing in there that has a lot of protein, so either chickpeas, beans, or lentils maybe. And then the 2 kind of sauces or like dressings that I like to put on. The first one is vegan mayo and soy sauce. The second one is mustard and oil, and then pepper and salt. These are the 2 kinds of dressings I like on my bowls. You will not see that. Yeah, stay there. So, today is the 20th of January. I have been doing the things for 20 days now. I have my little oatmeal, and today is a very important day because I decided to give up the sugar part of the challenge. That's right, I quit. Sue me. Okay, no, actually don't sue me. That was a joke, please don't sue me. I quit my sugar-free challenge. Firstly, because it was not really realistic to begin with. So I couldn't hold myself to the sugar-free challenge because the bread that I was eating, although it does not have yeast, it did have sugar in it, and also so do most of the breads. I could not, like, my lifestyle does not allow me to bake a bread every time I need it. Furthermore, being the vegan challenge, which is not really a challenge because it has been the easiest thing in the whole January so far, there are things that are vegan that I still want to eat, but they have sugar in it. For example, like all types of fermented food. Do you call it the small olive? Olives. Are they called olives? Yeah, they are called olives. So olives, for example, mustard. I really love mustard, but it has sugar in it. All these sauces that you would like not make at home, for example, mayo and like vegan mayo. I still made sweets, so I still baked sweets. For example, here is this like chocolate oatmeal. The only difference was that I put agave syrup instead of like sugar or honey in it, and that's still sugar, so I just feel like it's a restriction that is very unnecessary because I don't gain much from it. So it's like I get that sugar is like bad and it's addictive and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I am just trying to justify this for you so that you understand why I quit this part of the challenge. But I also kind of at the same time don't really, like, I know you want a justification. Really, I cannot give it to you. The important thing is I quit the sugar part of the challenge. From now on, I will only be eating vegan. Update on the vegan part. I love that I'm going to university because they have so much vegan food every day. They have lunches for under €2. Vegan lunches for under €2. It's crazy. Sandwiches. Today I ate. Oh, one of my favorite sandwiches is like vegan tuna cream, but it tastes so good. It tastes like real tuna. Yes, because like this, the kind of no sugar part kind of overshadowed everything. This is also good for the vegan part because it has been no problem, no issue at all, which is kind of the point. I even made pizza with my mom. My mom's side with cheese and my side without cheese, and I did not feel the need to put cheese on mine or to... I know vegan cheese exists. I know. So I did not feel the need to put cheese on mine or to eat from hers. I think I am really over it. I think when I end this challenge, I will not go back. Fingers crossed, because I really, really have wanted to become vegan for years now, and I feel like this is the right moment. So yeah, sugar path, meh. Vegan path, smooth. Okay, that was cringe. Currently I am at a park. I hope you can hear me just fine. I really want to sit down, but it has snow and ice on it, so I don't think I will. I have a little snack. It's just bread with poppy seeds. Currently it's the 1st of February. Oh my god. Insert a correct pronunciation. And I have been vegan for a whole month. It's crazy actually to think about that. And I have to say it was easy. It was easy as fuck. My closing thoughts on the challenge. It was successful. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, which is just make it less intimidating and just realize how much stuff you can actually eat. Because like veganism is always comes with like, oh, it's so restrictive and you can't eat anything, but there is actually a whole lot of stuff that you can eat, and then you realize how needlessly and how unnecessarily animal products are used. For example, you have oat milk, coconut milk, soy milk, all this kind of other milks that do not come from a cow, and they are much more cheaper than cow's milk. I just don't understand why cow's milk is the standard when soy milk has just as much protein and oat milk is just as sweet, or like you have all these kinds of alternatives that are even cheaper than the animal products, and still cow's milk is like the standard, which if you think logically, we are in a capitalism, so why isn't the cheaper option the standard? Because that's the case with like vegetable oil, seed oil. Like a lot of places, at least in Europe, don't use animal fat anymore because seed oils are just so much cheaper. And I don't understand why that's not the case with milk, pudding, cream and stuff like that, because there are great cream and other substitutes available. What I wanted to say was it was surprisingly easy. Like most restaurants have vegan options, at least in Germany. Maybe not, definitely not in the US. I know because my girlfriend was in the US for 2 weeks on vacation, and she said it was a horrible, horrible place to be as a vegetarian. I have heard like horror stories about not even French fries being vegan or vegetarian, even though it's supposed to be just potatoes. As a conclusion, I will stay vegan. I will not go back to vegetarian after this. Firstly, because I have finally understood the whole gravity of the situation. Like not me being vegan, but how animal products are made. For a long time, I also thought what like everyone thinks, that, for example, cows need to be milked, otherwise they will suffer because it will like weight on them or something, or like cows are bred to produce milk all day every day, and that's just not the truth. So there was a whole lot of misconception that I believed to be true, and now that I have went to the extreme, I have to say I like it here, so I will stay in the extreme. I'm not saying you all should go vegan, or like I don't want any non-vegan followers or something like that. My family still eats like everything. I'm just saying that it's something that works for me, and something that I've realized is very easy to do, and much easier than one would first think. So another thing, difficulties during the challenge, just hanging out with friends. I mean, not the vibes were difficult, but for example, I went out with some not so close university friends and the other day, and they were like, oh, okay, let's order pizza. It was lucky that I couldn't stay over that long because I had dance practice after it. I couldn't stay over long enough for the food to actually arrive, so I said, okay, I don't want to eat anything, because when you're together with like a bunch of people who you feel are like cooler than you, and you don't want to like stick out, and just me saying, oh, sorry, I don't want to eat. Like obviously if I would have stayed for like 3 more hours, I would have said, okay, I am vegan, maybe let's not get pizza, or maybe find some vegan alternative pizza just for me, even though it feels like I'm being a burden, because like, oh, I'm so extreme, and oh, I'm like so different, and like pretend that I'm better than the others, but actually that's not the case. Just feel like it's better for my own conscience. And so obviously if I would have stayed like 3 more hours, I would have said something, but I didn't, so I just let everyone have their little pizza moment, even though the pizza didn't arrive until I left, so it was not really relevant, but I still felt out of place. What has been difficult, pretty difficult, but not too difficult, was that I work at a bakery, which means I get 50% off of everything that they have. And let me tell you, there are exactly two items that are sweet and vegan, and one of which I don't like. And there are so many other options that look so good that I would like to try, which are not vegan. And yeah, that one is also kind of difficult. But what's also is difficult that a lot of the syrups that we put on in the special drinks are not actually vegan. Also like Nutella, pistachio cream and stuff like that, they are also not vegan, even though like the caramel cream, the caramel sauce on top that we put on the coffee, I love that sauce, but it's also not vegan because it has condensed milk in it. So it's kind of such a shame. I find it a shame. In my childhood, I was always the person who ate everything. I was the person who, you can't eat it, give it to me, I eat everything. And it was actually difficult to go from I eat everything to I am vegetarian, because the whole year I have been vegetarian. It was kind of difficult to go from the one to the other. And now I have gone a point further, which is like, oh, is there anything animal source products in it? Because yeah, but now I'm kind of used to it. I just feel picky, which is not a feeling that I have ever felt, because I always ate everything. Like I am one for never wasting any food. So, but also at the same time, I realized how many foods are not actually vegan. I also realized that there are a lot of foods which are vegan. Surprising amounts of food which are vegan, and I am a firm believer that this is the best era to be vegan in, because there are so many products that taste almost like the original. Remember, people, veganism is not about what you can or can't eat, it's about what you will or will not eat. So it is absolutely a choice, and it is the active choice that you have to make every day, at least 3 times every day, with every meal that you have. And it is not easy, but I think it's worth it. So that's my opinion. Don't come for me at the comments. And I get that there's a lot of hate because vegans just think they are so much better than us, blah, 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 blah. I have to say, I don't feel superior to everyone in the world after becoming vegan. I don't feel like you all are worth less because you eat meat. I just feel cleaner. I just feel better about myself for being the source of less suffering in the world. Which is, and it's crazy to think about, even after just 1 month and before that, like over a year of being vegetarian. It feels crazy to think back to the times, to my childhood, where I absolutely ate everything and anything and everything. And my best friend actually used to be vegetarian even then. No, she's still vegetarian, but she was vegetarian even then. She was like the only one in our class who was. And we used to not mock her, but tell her that, oh, did you know that like the red gummy bears are actually not vegetarian because they use this kind of worm to color it, like the usual children, not understanding that how another person can think differently than they were taught. And we are still best friends, so it's cool, but just weird to think about in general. To sum up, this has been the best challenge I've ever done in my life. It had exactly the desired effect and result. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve. I don't feel veganism being intimidating anymore. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was not too boring or too controversial for your liking. I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comment section. And yeah, keep shining. See you guys next week. It was Alora speaking.